That's a really short loop.
And howdy!
Okay, whatever, we're the Bittersweet Gamers!
Aren't we square?
I'm the Opinionator! This is our last Trainee Train episode, so we started by looking at the Trainee Train. Okay.
Pablo will be so disappointed.
I know!
I didn't expect the principal and the professor to actually come with us. They claim it's because they were invited to the celebration at the castle, but...
I'm sure Le Guin actually was, but... that is a good point. I wonder what made them suddenly decide to come with. I wonder if it has anything to do with what happened during training. Or I wonder if it has anything to do with what we've been doing these past several months. Or I wonder if it... I suppose it doesn't change anything for us instructors, though.
That's right. You finally get it. You and I come from different backgrounds and each have our own goals, but our task of leading the students remains unchanged.
Glad to hear it, Michael.
Your special ops missions in Heimdall may bring to light a number of issues, so good luck.
When the time comes, I hope you make the right decision. Yes, understood. Right, issues.
Well,
when the time comes, Major, I hope you make the right decision.
You'll understand soon enough. Just be ready for anything.
I like how he's like, we are both instructors. I know there's something and we're out of the loop when it comes to what the principal is planning. But then he does the exact same thing. If you're gonna bond with me on being out of the loop, why don't you actually put me in as much of the loop as you are? Bah! That makes me even more worried.
As it should.
Who's surprised?
Heimdall. Seems like Claire hasn't been by the store.
Huh? Ah, I see.
Don't mind me. We aren't far from Heimdall Station. Make the most of your time till we get there.
I'm sure we'll run into Claire.
Oh, of course. We're going to run into everyone.
Yeah, from chatting with the other people, we've pretty much found out that everyone's gonna be there. Tio's gonna be there.
Agate's gonna be there. Oh, Instructor Rini.
What are you two conspiring about? And Muse, you are not allowed to give her any books. Schwarzer, making your rounds. What are you two doing? And please tell me it doesn't involve me! Come to think of it, it's pretty rare to see the two of you together.
Not really. We've been noticing all the subtle nods to each other the entire game.
However, they've been able to keep it a secret from the instructor. We're both nobles from the Mars, so of course we share some connections.
We'll have a nice little chat from time to time, though I certainly can't relate when it comes to swordsmanship.
I see.
He is so suspicious.
Yeah. I heard they left together on the last day of our field exercises at Ordis. And since then, Eustace and Patrick have been keeping things from me. All right, music. Whatever happened to you stealing Schwarz's heart?
Well, it's pretty tough to get. But I have no doubt his unquenchable passion for me is growing by the day. I've been lacing his drinks.
Not you too, Principal. Why? Why does the world hate me so? They completely changed the topic all of a sudden.
Because that's not suspicious.
Well, they changed the topic away from what they were talking about and what was going on. But what of your competition, Muse? I've heard all about Princess Alphen and even Schwarz's little sister.
The gossip about Instructor Reen is all the rage at campus.
Rumor has it you're to be the princess's dance partner at the upcoming celebration. Oh no. Her Highness was just joking. Meanwhile, Aurelia looks at him and goes, Just joking? I haven't even been invited to the celebration.
You never know. You may receive a royal summons at any time. If you were to be the princess's dance partner, you may very well end up being her partner. Much like Elise It seems I have my work cut out for me.
You mustn't neglect your pride as a woman. Give it your all.
Oh, but of course. Would you like a drink?
No, Muse. No, I would not. I do not stand a chance against the two of them teamed up, though frankly, I wouldn't stand a chance against the principal and Sydney teamed up, so I shouldn't be too upset by this. You know, I bet she'd be able to work really well with almost anybody.
Who?
Aurelia.
Well, what do you mean by work well with?
I imagine that she would be able to team up in any circumstances, with any meaning of that word, with anybody.
Well, she is the pinnacle of human ability, so she would be the one covering their weak spots.
Right. The point is she would instantly understand everything that she needs to know about their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, you're totally right.
I will not take a drink from you.
According to Principal Le Guin, all you need to make your heart's desires real is enough drive and a bit of force. I hope you're looking forward to what I have in store for you.
You really never let up. Tone it the F down. I do get the feeling they're using this as an excuse to hide something from me, though.
Us?
I imagine that no one has the guts to pursue Aurelia Le Guin.
Not true. I bet Brigadier General Wallace does.
Probably. The thing is I'm sure that she really wouldn't care who she was being pursued by if she actually liked them.
Yeah, of course not.
I doubt she requires a potential romantic partner to be the pinnacle of human evolution.
Probably not.
I mean, she knows all about that. What is this things you can't have? She has everything. There is nothing that she can't have, so...
If opposites attract, then she's attracted to everyone. I shouldn't have said that while you were drinking.
Yeah, I know. I nearly spit my water out all over the mic.
Here, Kurt, I'll give this to you now, okay? I think you should talk with Instructor Reen as well, who's right behind me.
What did you say, Toa? Do you want me to talk to Kurt? Yes, you're right. I apologize for the trouble. Is this about your request for leave? Instructor.
Yep, that's right. I'm sure it will depend on where exactly you'll be going for your special ops missions. But if everyone's going to be in Heimdall anyway, they might as well go visit home.
Well, it's close enough to visit on the weekends, so I don't think it's really necessary. That said, I haven't been home since school began, so I probably should visit at least once. You definitely should. If we get a chance, I'd like to come say hello as well. Your mother lives in the Leica district, right? Yes, but as you know, my brother and father are away. Either way, I'll let you know once we've figured out where our special ops missions will take us. And away he goes.
Kurt's become so much more open than he was at the start. It seems like he really looks up to you now, Reen, don't you think?
Well, I don't know about that. Compared to his father and brother, there's still plenty I'm lacking in as a role model.
Lean down for a second so I can smack you. The head of the Vanders School and Lieutenant Colonel Mueller. I wonder how they're doing. Prince Oliver, too.
Yeah. Oh, right. Your house is in Heimdall, too, right? Are you going to stop by while we're there?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't been home in a while myself. I've been swamped with work.
As always.
My aunt's been asking me to visit, so I plan on stopping by when I've got time.
I see. That's right. Both her parents passed away a while ago. They were scholars, I think.
Oh, right. I need to give Wayne his documents, too. See you later, Reen.
See ya.
Okay, everything's all set, and you're approved for leave, Wayne. I didn't realize we're from the same part of the city. Oh? Neither did I. My family only moved there after the Civil War, actually. What a strange coincidence.
So he's not really from Heimdall, then?
Ah, Reen. It seems they've loaded quite an extraordinary mech. Those curves, that luster, quite attractive.
Oh, is that the sort of thing you're into, Valimar? You're talking about the Principal Spiegel, right?
I'm in love.
Apparently, it has a different orbital engine in it than the normal models. I'm sure anyone besides the principal wouldn't even be able to pilot it.
Indeed, I recall fighting her before. She was certainly very capable. That aside,
Is something the matter?
I felt a presence in the direction of Heimdall. It felt familiar, nostalgic, but it vanished shortly thereafter. Ordine, maybe?
I was thinking that, or it might have to do with the Black Workshop. If the gnomes really did make the Divine Knights, then...
Okay, that makes sense.
Nostalgic, huh? Was it something from the War of the Lions?
I cannot say for certain. It could also have been a simple error in my sensors. Either way, we will need to keep our guard up, as per usual.
Yeah, you're right.
So, baby, you've been here long?
How bold, Valimar, dearest.
What the hell are we doing? That's everything from the Goliath data analysis, though I suspect it doesn't provide any answers to your question.
No, it was enough. Thank you. Altina? Instructor Veen.
Schwarzer?
It's rare to see you two talking. I guess this is about what happened the other day.
Yeah, it kind of have to be. He'd be the only one who would have any idea.
Yes, about how the Goliath went wild under my control. We, the players, saw, like, the transparent.
Transparent! I hadn't even thought about that.
Neither did I until I said that. But we saw the transparent clown Soleus built by the Black Workshop.
Like, sort of encompassing her and acting as kind of a relay, sort of, I guess, maybe?
Like a conduit or something like that. But nobody else did.
Yeah.
And Altina was unconscious, so she didn't see it. Professor Schmidt and a technical officer from the Imperial Army were investigating the incident. I see. Did you figure anything out?
There were no issues with the Goliath itself. It's pure machinery, no mystical components like the Divine Knights have. That said, Panzer Soldats still have systems designed to trace the tendencies of their pilot and give feedback.
Ah, okay. Kind of like AI assist that works with you.
Yeah. To put it in layman's terms, her synchronization with the Goliath could be considered too good. The high potential this girl holds to control machinery, such as her combat shell, combined with her extremely high sync rates, led to a psychological resonance of sorts between her combat shell and the Goliath.
So if it wasn't some kind of trap, it basically was exactly like I surmised when it happened.
That is my current hypothesis.
However, it is only a hypothesis, and it's probably something else that's intentional.
Right, but there's probably a degree of truth in it.
I see. As Valimar's pilot, I think I sort of understand. I remember letting my power loose like that back during the Northern War. Yes, what you did was somewhat similar. When you did it, you were able to destroy archaisms and save the people they were attacking. But in my case, Altina.
So long as that combat shell remains a black box, this is all I can tell you. This is a problem you will need to deal with on your own, Black Rabbit. You may have been artificially created, but you are a living organism with cognition and will. You're no different from a human.
Of all things, leave it to Schmidt to be able to say that kind of credibly to Altina.
Yeah.
In like a matter-of-fact way. Professor.
Don't get all maudlin on me. What does the workshop mean to you? What is the relation between your combat shell and yourself? You need to figure out the answer to those questions, difficult though it may be.
He was just talking to himself there, you know.
I guess, yeah.
What does the workshop mean to Professor Schmidt? What is the relationship between himself and the workshop, his students involved with the workshop? He probably suspects but doesn't know.
Yeah.
Altina. I'm okay. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted you here. So she isn't growing afraid of him or anything?
That's good. Well, she didn't know. She doesn't know that he was involved.
Having Clown Soleus by my side feels so normal, I never really questioned it. But I'll start thinking more about it from now on. And about myself as well. I'll always be here to help you. Let me know if you ever want to talk.
Looking at yourself is very difficult. There's a lot of things you take for granted. But Clown Soleus is a part of her. So she needs to actually pay attention to him as well. Like, not just herself. Because he is a part of her.
And of course, Yuna and the others are willing to help you too.
Yes.
Of course, I'm to still carry out our special ops missions in the capital. I don't want to lose to Millium either. I'll put my effort into both things. Yeah, good idea. I'll do what I can to support you. Understood. She can't get out from the Black Workshop's shadow that easily. But just like the other students, maybe even more than them, she's growing up. As her instructor, I couldn't be happier.
Derflinger Car 1 calling all students of the branch campus. We'll be arriving at Heimdall Central Station momentarily. Once we arrive, we will also need to carry supplies, so everyone get ready now.
I like Louise's voice.
Not bad. Her voice carried well, but didn't sound tense. I'd better take your advice and head back to my room.
Even though we're not turning in for the night.
It has been a while.
Wait, is the camp going to be in Heimdall?
I don't think so. The sad thing is, when you look at the map, which you can access at any time, it shows you where the field exercise camp is going to be.
You're right.
So you can tell where you're going to go. Before long, the Derflinger reached Heimdall Central Station. After a 10-minute stop where a quick inspection was performed and supplies were loaded, it continued onward to its destination. See, Billy, there's your answer.
Thank you.
That's why we stopped in Heimdall. Before leaving Heimdall to come back to Heimdall.
Wait, I thought this already happened.
It's just one of those scenes.
This station is seriously huge. Here I was thinking Crossbells was big.
Well, this is the center of the gigantic railroad network that spans all of Erebonia, and Heimdall is, as far as we know, the largest city in the world.
It even has the RMP's logo stamped all over it.
Why is that funny, Muse?
Oh, I'm amused by simple things. Check out those show-offs. Oh, does this mean Instructor Claire is here?
Yes, though she's always traveling all over Erebonia.
A special armored train will be arriving shortly on Platform 1.
Get out the way.
Please stand clear of the area.
I wonder if Osborne's gonna be in it. Didn't Reen run into Osborne at a train station in Chapter 4 of the first Cold Steel?
I believe you're right. He saw him in the train.
Uh-huh. Alternately, it could be the branch campus.
Well, not based on the way they're reacting. I see, it's... what was it called? The Eisen...
Oh!
Iron... that thing. That's what I thought it was. What you said.
Yeah, Osborne's personal trade.
Or it's the Thor's Derflinger. Yeah.
Okay.
The Arc Royale.
Whoa, hey, what's that?
That's a pretty good name. And not the same model as the Derflinger, but with a sexy paint job. Oh, look at the yellow on those pipes. It's a fantastic balance, making it a tri-color tone.
Calm down, Pablo.
Oh, it's even better than ours. And that emblem. And you see Ada in there?
Yeah.
So, a head-to-head battle, is it? Go forth, branch campus. Destroy them all. And there's Fritz.
And Cedric.
Yeah, couldn't recognize him. It's funny that I recognized the two no-names first. Who's the principal over here?
I don't know. Van Dyke was repositioned and sent back to the military.
How can they possibly have a better principal than Le Guin?
I don't know. Hey.
Oh, screw you! Prince Cedric. Are those students his aides?
I didn't think we'd run into him right out of the gate like this. I'm fine with it. Just mean things are gonna get fun real quick. It seems this set of field exercises will be interesting indeed.
Ha! Get lost, you red guys! Team Blue's going to our camp!
Everyone's especially motivated. A lot of people are running around.
We're also totally used to it by now.
Uh-huh.
And everyone has a sense of their own strength, and purpose, and confidence in themselves, and belief, and all that stuff, you know.
And fear of disappointing Aurelia.
You had better be afraid of disappointing me.
Now, since we're both in our machines already, let's have a little mock battle.
Calm it down, Principal! Calm it down!
We just got here minutes ago and you already want to start fighting?
Go find Cedric and fight him! Now she has to make sure that she is the greatest pilot in the world. Look, eventually it's gonna be she has to make sure she's the greatest noble, or mother in the world. And she's gonna have to make sure that she's the greatest
Fishermen in the world.
Huh?
Fishermen in the world.
I was gonna say Empress or something, moving on up the ladder, but I can't stand getting butt in on like that. Worst part is, she's my boss, so I can't even talk back.
Tell me about it.
Ain't this some kind of abuse?
Well, for now, simply play along so as not to interrupt the field exercises.
I remember when you were oppressing me. Now you're trying to bond with me? World is a pretty strange place.
Would you like me to go back to oppressing you?
Not particularly, man, no. That aside, I didn't even know the main campus had a private train.
But that makes perfect sense if the branch campus has a private train.
Yeah,
But does that mean they're doing field exercises near the capital too?
seemed like they went off somewhere else.
Yes, I'm sure they're already setting up their camp northeast of Heimdall by now. Their train is called the Arc Royale. Aside from the paint and decorations, it's identical to this train.
I'm guessing they intend to work with us to resolve this situation.
They probably want to compete more than cooperate. I can understand that.
Seems like a bunch of operatives from the Republic are infiltrating the place.
In any event, you all must quickly accompany Instructor Herschel to Heimdall Central Station. That was a weird break.
Yeah,
We're going to the RMP headquarters? They're based out of the station, right?
wouldn't it have been more efficient to have gotten off when we stopped there?
I seem to recall someone saying something like that.
Well, we had to set up the camp. Well, we needed to set up the camp and report in first. I hadn't looked at the line. Speaking of, the local person in charge here would be Governor Regnitz, right?
Oh,
Oh, we met him in Crossbell before.
one of the Empire's elites. He definitely looked the part. That's the closest thing to praise I'm gonna give him.
Yeah, even though it's super early in the morning, he's going out of his way to meet with us. Since we'll all be cooperating this time, I'll be coming with you if that's okay. You can use me in the party.
Probably not, but I bet we can use her brave order.
But of course, we'd be delighted to have you along.
Make sure everything stays under control. Please, I'm begging you. The special ops missions will be a bit irregular this time.
Main campus aside, I'm sure these Calvert agents are gonna be a handful.
I don't want to crap on Calvert, but how can they be more of a handful than frickin' Ouroboros, Zephyr, Red Constellation, blah 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 blah?
Far be it from me to intend to continue to beat a dead horse, but you realize that Aurelia Le Guin is a simple principle in the Empire.
Okay.
Liberl has Cassius Bright. Crossbell, even though it's an awesome place, just has discount Arios. He's just not as good as big scary guys everywhere else. I'm sure that Calvard has somebody scary like that too.
Fair enough.
Or several of them. Make sure you stay safe, everyone.
Understood.
Off we go then.
This is actually my first time doing something with you, Instructor Toa. She took good care of me when I was in military finance. It's only going to be for a short while until we reach Heimdall Station. Oh.
Yes!
Oh, I use an arts gun, so I'll also be fighting when the need arises.
Yes! Oh, no, please leave that to us.
Shut up, Kurt! We can't let someone as small as you fight for us.
Now, to be fair, everybody here does have more experience than her at actual fighting, but she's fine with it. You know, I gave her...
no slouch.
Yeah, she was fine. I gave her Ares in Cold Steel 2 for the epilogue, and that was enough. Support crafts, plus blow them up with arts. It's good.
Small? Well, I guess that's true, but...
Hey, come on, Ash!
Well, since you're with us, it'd be great if you could at least give us orders. I would like to see the leadership that commanded the Crimson Wings during the Civil War firsthand. That sounds kind of patronizing.
Really? I hope I live up to your expectations. We can't leave the governor waiting, so let's leave as soon as we're ready.
Yep, let's go. You frickin' rats!
You can blame me if you want.
Ash talked her out of being in the party!
That's so disappointing!
Professor, what are you actually going to be doing here anyway?
Well, Professor Schmidt, I leave Class 9 to you.
I already gave them their assignments. They can handle themselves from here on out. They don't need me to baby them.
Oh, so Professor Schmidt's gonna handle military finance for you while you're out, huh?
If you're going to remember anything, remember this. I am here to do my own research. Full stop. It doesn't matter if the students have any questions. That's what Irving and my disciple are for.
I like how somehow Schmidt was forced to teach classes.
Well, he was also forced to run the shop at one point, too.
Go away, is what he said. Well, that is pretty much exactly how he conducts his classes. It's amazing that anyone can learn anything from him.
They learn by force out of fear of disappointment. The assignments differ from team to team, but their difficulty should be about the same. I had some of my colleagues at the Institute of Technology design them. They certainly won't be easy.
Goodness, it is no wonder that Thor's graduates turn out so well. First off, they have to fight some of the strongest warriors in the world, including fighting giant robots on foot at times. And second, like the greatest scientist in the world designs their curriculum by having it be designed by the greatest researchers in the world, and is like, you'd better get this right or you're all going to fail. And then the mightiest human that ever lived keeps trying to personally train them. No wonder they turn out so good.
But considering these past test results, they shouldn't have a problem with them.
Huh, he gave them a compliment. Guess he really does care for the students in his own way.
Yep, that's why I can rest easy knowing they'll be in good hands with him, if mentally scarred.
Oh, right, Schwarzer. If you're heading to the RMP, would you send a message? No, I shouldn't mix business with personal matters. Never mind then.
Was it for Major Claire by chance? I've been curious too.
I'll leave him alone, guys.
What is your relationship with her?
I usually don't talk about personal matters, but now that Schwarzer knows, I don't really need to hide it.
Major Result is my cousin.
Huh? What? Really?
I knew it. I had a feeling, but it's still hard to believe.
Yes, both their looks and personality are so different. But at the same time, they're somewhat similar.
Well, either way, that was quite the surprise.
Enough with this already! Quit the chit-chat and hurry to Heimdall!
We want to make fun of you some more, Major Wet Blanket!
Well, at least he's not admiring fine arts this time.
Huh?
Never mind.
Find truffles for Sandy so she can cook her family's legendary recipe! Normally, you use specially trained pigs to root out truffles, but I suppose high school students will do. They're about the same.
Hey!
Besides, Ash is about like a wild beast himself, right, guys?
I heard that. Heimdall is nearby. I wonder if my parents and sister are doing well. Oh yeah, doesn't your sister go to that girls' school? Hey, we're good friends, right? Mind if I make friends with her too?
Ash, what are you implying?
My sister loves pretty boys. You and Kurt are dangerous. You hear that, pretty boy? You want to compete to see who she'd fall for first?
No, of course not. Why don't you show Wayne a little more respect?
I will when life does.
That's right, Ash, you could learn a thing or two from Kurt.
Ugh, boys are so dumb.
I don't blame Wayne, though. The theme of our exercises will be defending Heimdall. We'll start with hand-to-hand combat in the morning. Perhaps I'll play the part of the enemy.
Meanwhile, Wayne is like, oh god, no.
If you're the enemy, we're gonna need a whole army. This isn't exercises, this is just some kind of torture session. But since you offered, I guess I'll take you up on that. Going up against someone like you should be a good experience for the kids. The ones that are left, anyway. Oh, I'm glad you understand. I'm sorry, Wayne. It was nice knowing you. I'll tell your sister that you loved her.
Yeah, seriously. Rest in peace, Wayne.
Jeez, she always butts into our business at the last minute. Probably on purpose, too. Really ticks me off. Well, look at it this way. Maybe she's testing you and everyone else. And herself.
Or you could consider this the principal's way of showing affection.
Or perhaps they're both right, Randolph. No one asked you! How dare you butt in on this conversation I am having 2 feet away from you! Guess I'll just have to suck it up. Seriously, you don't have a conversation criticizing this person when you're standing right here! Heading out, Class 7? I wish you success in your special ops missions in Heimdall. Focus on what lies ahead, and don't let yourself be caught up in unimportant distractions.
Distractions? What do you mean by that?
I think she may be referring to Calvert. Or the main campus, perhaps?
There are a number of ways you could interpret her words. You weren't actually referring to anything specific, were you?
That's correct. You should each find your own answer.
Sounds like a cop-out answer.
You as well, Schwarzer. Yeah, I say I will take your words to heart, but I will find something to be distracted by. Specifically Crow. Don't worry. Talking to the other students in there, everyone has this aura of finality about them. Like, yep, I'm Stark, the Starkiest Stark that ever starts.
If you remember correctly, I'm from Jirai.
The Jiraiest Jirai being from Jirai that ever Jirai was from, or something like that. You know, every character kind of has this I am who I am and that's all that I am thing going for it.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Something like that. With the exception of, say, the characters that basically since every character has been resolved, they're just kind of like casually displaying that character resolution. The only thing I'm getting at is that means we're near the end.
As if we needed, more hints. Oh, Reem, is that?
A hill?
There's a gate on it.
Oh, the thing with the gate. Yeah, It's right over there.
Okay, but what is it? That's Heimdall, one of the biggest cities in Zemuria. It really is enormous.
Heimdall, also known as the Vermilion Capital. From here, you can see where it got the name. It feels weird to just sit here talking while hugging you.
When I attended the all-girls school, I was never allowed to go out, so this is kind of refreshing.
Yeah, the city's so big, it's rare to need to travel beyond it.
Is that so? Instructor Reen? Instructor Toa? Hello?
What is it? Simultaneously, it's nothing.
Oh, it's nothing.
Wait a minute. Oh, it's
nothing.
Ha ha ha! Let's get going. Before we head to Heimdall, though, maybe we can explore the area a bit, as usual, and get some work in. You know, by fighting monsters and opening treasure chests, and smashing rocks to find onions and stuff.
Sure?
Why did he glance over at that hill?
Why indeed?
Ah,
Well, that explains that.
yeah, I bet we can't go there.
Probably not.
Of course.
Oh, I'm sure eventually we'll have a reason to go here.
So Angie went here, huh?
And then she got taken care of by Georg.
I suppose that means that regardless of the Zephyr has pulled out, no signs of that masked man, actually Lumen/Reinford/Gnome Lord.
Gnome Lord.
That's what I'm gonna call him now, is Gnome Lord.
That's an excellent name.
And Azure Siegfried are in Heimdall.
Yeah.
Do you suppose we're gonna have a boss battle with Georg?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
That is not how I expected you to react.
Look out, there's a bus coming. Ah!
I was thinking about that. At least there's enough room for two-way traffic here.
So this is the southern gate of Heimdall. It's freaking huge. There's so many people, even though it's barely dawn. I guess people from the surrounding areas must like to come here to sell things. And it seems like buses were implemented recently too. See, there it goes.
That bus is right behind us. I hope we're not in the way. Oh, I saw those buses in Crossbell as well. I heard they've been using them beyond the city since last year.
Is that so?
Yeah, Erevonia even stole Crossbell's buses.
Is it the same kind of bus that's used in Crossbell?
I mean, Yuna's made her peace with that, more or less, but it should be. Look, here it comes. Except this one is black, instead of the Crossbell buses, red.
Even though it is a different color, it still makes me nostalgic.
I like how that was pointed out. I feel good about that.
Oh, but isn't there another means of transportation in Heimdall?
Yeah, the orbital tram.
There's one coming right up. Bing, bing. Wow, it's like a little train.
How cute. Let's hop on and head to Heimdall Station.
Good idea. It should only take about 10 minutes.
I do like how Heimdall gets to seem really big, even though there's only a little bit that we get to run through.
Well, wasn't it like that in the other Cold Steels? We only got through like half of the city.
Oh, you didn't even get half, but yeah. It's just that usually they don't make these places seem all that big, and you just have to do RPG suspension of disbelief, which is fine. I have no problems with it.
But they actually go through and make it seem huge.
Yeah, Heimdall really does seem huge. That actually reminds me of this terrible old early-gen PS2 game, Summoner, where...
Oh god, I've heard about that.
Yeah, they decided to make the towns actually as big as a town ought to be realistically, and you have to walk through every bit of it. So the very first town, it takes you, I am not kidding, if you don't stop for anything, it takes you 15 minutes to run from the entrance of the town to the castle. You got it, 15 minutes running down the street, and that's assuming that you don't get, like, distracted by anything, which you will. The trams arrive. Let's take it.
Yeah.
The station.
We should do that. No reason not to.
The West Circuit tram will soon be departing via Heimdall Station. We recommend passengers wishing to board this tram make haste.
Wow, the speakers on that thing are great!
Crystal clear! By the way, we wouldn't have had to make haste if I just would have boarded the tram. Instead, I was talking about Summoner.
Well, waste makes haste. Or something, I don't know.
Wow, how spacious.
Oh.
Get a load of that slack-jawed stare.
Well, it's not unusual for first-time visitors here to find themselves awestruck.
Now hold on 1 second. Yuna's from one of the biggest cities on the continent, and you're telling her that she gets to a city and she's like, wow, how big?
Probably because it's comparable. She didn't ever think that another city could be as big as Crossbell, maybe? And then it's pretty big, I guess. I mean, Crossbell and Orders are big too, but they're nothing like this.
This city's so large, it's been split up into 16 districts. Home to approximately 880,000 people. I hear it's as big as Calvert's capital.
A little bigger, actually. I think they have 790,000. I remember Angie mentioning she'd been there.
That reminds me, we didn't say anything about Toa's Brave Order, because nothing needs to be said about it. It's not good. I'd rather just have Toa. And she was like, yeah, I will fight on the front lines. And Ash was like, out of the way, short stuff. And that was the end of it. What crap.
I did it on purpose.
You want to frickin' fight? I will unequip all your armor and throw you to the wolves. About Angie and the size of Heimdall, and not about feeding Ash to monsters. Is that so? I've heard the population of Heimdall has even been on the rise lately.
That's right. A lot of people have been moving in since after the Civil War. Heimdall and Crossbell have both been growing at shocking speeds. I believe it's due to the 8 Metropolis plan, no?
Blech.
Oh yeah, something about standardizing the tax code in all the big cities to curb the nobles' power. Is that what that whole plan is for?
Uh-huh. Yes, it is. There may be other incidental effects, but the whole point of it is to punish the local centers of control, i.e.
The nobles.
The evil, hated nobles, so that eventually they'll all rise up and get rid of Osborne or some such. I believe the main stated reason is for the sake of smooth economic flow, though I hear effects like that were considered as well. It's probably both. Well, looks like they've all been doing their studying.
I did rank 20th, thank you.
You should have ranked first!
As their political economics teacher, I couldn't be more proud of them. Oh, here comes the turn. Are you excited for that for some reason? Whee!
I rode on a tram once.
Is that the end of that story?
It's just riding on a tram, yeah! I mean, you gonna tell me a story about how it felt when you rode on a bus?
No, not really.
Me either! Fine! I'll stop mentioning that I rode on a tram! You wanna fight about this?
Well, I never mentioned I rode on a bus, so I don't see why the competition.
Do you wanna fight about trams and buses? Is that what we're doing? By the way, I love how in these cutscenes, you see a lot of the citizens walking around, but they really seem alive because there's so many of them and they're kind of doing different things. Not here, per se, but in the other ones.
There's also a wide variety of citizen character models.
Yeah, like they're moving at different speeds and... Well, anyway, it's cool.
It's pretty big, sure, but Crossbell Station is about the same size.
No, this one's a lot bigger, actually. I've been, standing for Crossbell this whole game, but the station here is bigger.
And I bet this place doesn't even have a big main street like... Oh. What the heck is that?
A really big main street, Yuna. The big building at the end of the street? Surely you weren't talking about something so mundane as a street itself. Anyway, that place is Valflame Palace. It's both home to the Imperial family and the headquarters of a number of government administrations. If I recall correctly, this thoroughfare is called Vancouver Street.
That's right. It's famous for having terrible traffic around rush hour.
I hate traffic.
I bet it's only gonna get worse the more people are able to afford orbital cars.
Ash, you're a prophet and a visionary.
Thank you. Go away.
I'm not here.
Oh, don't feel bad. Heimdall has had a long time to get as grand as it is today. But because it's such an old city, they're still having some trouble laying out the power grid, what with the catacombs full of monsters and ancient evil spirits of dragons underneath the city.
No, really, she's just saying the place isn't built for things to logically make sense, like Boston.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
It's like legendarily an impossible city full of death traffic. But see, Yuna? See? It's not perfect. Crossbell's good at some things too, right? See? I hear they plan to use Crossbell City's infrastructure as reference. So don't be all mopey, please. My God, don't be all mopey. It ruins the day for everyone.
Yeah, it does.
Though I doubt they'll build anything here that's quite as impressive as Orcus Tower.
Don't patronize me. Oh yeah?
Good morning.
Claire.
Of course. Who else?
Instructor Claire!
Sorry for the wait.
I didn't think you'd be the one coming to get us.
Really?
I wanted to tell you I deeply appreciate everything you did back in Lemaire. After I left, you managed to not only find Milliam, but stop the railway cannons too.
And I believe there was something about fighting Arianrod?
I don't know how I can possibly begin to thank you.
You don't need to thank us. It was nothing.
It was simply part of our mission.
We had help from many other people, both from within the branch campus and without.
That's right. So in a sense, we were able to do what we did thanks to everyone. Yourself included, Major.
I don't deserve such kind words, but I shouldn't waste any more of your time. Allow me to welcome you to Heimdall Central Station. Since the governor is currently visiting, I'll guide you to the RMP Command Center to meet with him.
But see, like the kids walking down there.
Oh no, I totally agree. The old
There-
man reading newspaper.
See, look at that.
There are a bunch more people in trains here than earlier.
This station sees not only tourists and travelers, but a great deal of commuters as well. Makes me think back to 2 years ago.
All right, you guys met the governor here during one of your field studies.
Yeah, that was when you were taking care of everything for Instructor Sarah.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember you helping guide all the people evacuating.
Oh no, I didn't do much.
Yeah, Crow's the one who disappeared in the middle of it. Ah! No, I didn't notice that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, when I began to be more suspicious of Crow, I remembered his sudden disappearance as a point of suspicion. Anyway, I figured it out pretty early. Memories.
Sounds like things really hit the fan, huh?
Things really hit the fan, did they?
I'm trying to keep it clean.
Yes, there was quite a lot going on in Heimdall that day.
Oh my, yes. Such as the princess and Elise getting kidnapped. That's a huge incident! Quite a lot going on doesn't cover it at all! Wish I could have been there at the time.
That's around when I was shipped from the workshop. I am concerned. On the one hand, I want to finish this scene.
But on the other hand, the scene's really kind of just now starting.
Is this going to be a short scene or a long scene? Because if this is going to be a long scene, then this is going to be a really long episode. And frankly, I'm lazy and don't want to work harder than I have to.
At least you're being honest.
Maybe we should stop.
I think you're right. Just to be safe.
And if we're wrong, then make fun of us for the inconvenience of only a 50-minute episode instead of an hour.
Like they need a reason.
It's true, you don't need a reason to make fun of us, do you? My fragile self-esteem.
See you next time, everyone.
Just like Reed's. Oh, I hate myself. Oh, Wayne, you're a model of confidence.
Oi,